always a banger.
It is always a vibe. Absolutely. I love the little like finger guns and the yeehaw and everything.
I love it.
Hello, Wagon Party, and welcome to another Thursday. Again, once with feeling, joined by Malin tries. Ms. Malin, what are we trying today?
Today I have a lot of admin bits to do, which is why I asked you for this stream. Mainly, and the main task I will attempt to do is I've started a Notion page. This has nothing to do with writing. To organize the hen do weekend for my best friend, which is now in a little bit over a month. So it's coming soon. I've already booked
Fast
one
approaching.
thing. I've put in there already a couple of ideas, but I need to book more things, and I need to get things booked and ordered, like some favors for the party, and like make sure that I have little items coming my way on time, all of that kind of stuff. And I have been delaying doing this because this feels a little bit like a chore because it's organizing things and admin-y. And so after work, I'm just not feeling motivated to do it. So I was like, I need to do it on a stream because then I will actually do it. And
The solution to everything,
have
as we know.
newsletter. Sorry?
The solution to everything, as we know, is just do it while you live stream.
Literally just get a friend to body double with you. That is how I get
Life
shit done.
hack. Full disclosure, I wasn't going to stream today until Malin texted me like, are you streaming today? I was like, ugh. I know in my hearts of hearts that I should be streaming because I haven't written for a couple of days and I feel bad about it, but I really, really, really don't want to. But here we are, and I'm doing it, and now it's not too bad. So,
Well, it doesn't have to be a long one if you don't want to do too much.
I just want to get my daily word count. If I can do that,
yeah,
that's going to be that's been salvaged. I am going to write on my cowboy book. Last time I wrote was a couple of days ago, and I was really in it, and I was really vibing, and I was loving like the process. So hopefully I can conjure up that again today.
Yes. I realize, I don't know if you feel the same, but on days where I feel like things are poopy and I don't want to do anything and I'm not motivated, when I force myself a tiny little bit, I do end up happy because I feel like I actually do get a bit of, like, I get a high from having done stuff I'm proud of. Do you know what I mean? Like stuff for myself.
It's like a reward.
It is like a reward. And I feel like if I'm just doing nothing, doom scrolling or watching things I'm not particularly enjoying, but just because it's there, I feel worse about myself. So I have been trying to be like every day, even if it's just for 20 minutes, sit down and do a little bit just so that you feel happier. Because it does.
Speaking of watching things though, I watched 8 episodes in a row on Sunday. Didn't do a single other thing. But How to Get to Heaven from Belfast was so good.
I started it, but I've only watched like 3/4 of one episode, and then work became really stressful, and I can't watch new things when work is stressful, so I stopped for a little bit. But I did start it. I was like, okay, the trailer really sold it to me, so I want to watch this. So I'm glad to know it's good.
I'm absolutely obsessed, but I don't think it's for everyone, and I don't know, because it's very like yeah, it's about the same creator who did Dairy Girls. Did you enjoy that?
Yeah. Well, yes, but I didn't watch the whole thing. But I do know what you're referring to.
It was very much in the spirit of Dairy Girls, but like more adult themes and stuff.
Yeah.
So the humor and everything is the same. I was like, I'll watch one episode, sure. One episode, and then I'll get to my chores for the day. 8 episodes later, 10 p.m., I was like, I hope.
And I feel like the beginning I started watching, I was like, this feels very easily watchable as well. Like a sort of like, I don't know, just easy to flow in and not, it doesn't seem too stressful to watch from what I've seen of it.
I don't know. It is a thriller. Like, even if it's like a dark comedy thriller, it's still a thriller. So there's like,
Yeah, but that doesn't stress me. What stresses me is real life stuff. Not murder.
Well, it's not real. It's like, it kind of veers into, it's very like comedic and nonsensical, but like at the same time very grounded. This is such a bad explanation, but it is very much in the spirit of Dairy Girls, which is, heightened reality. Is that what we call it?
I don't know. I didn't know that had a term.
Yeah, because like Dairy Girl isn't like a one-to-one translation of, like that's not how people act. But it's still in the spirit of, people. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I see what you mean. Okay, yeah. Like as in like it plays heavily on the humor part of like
Yeah,
there's more of
it is
comedy
sort of
to
fallen on his nose, and sort of that stuff. Like
yeah.
I call it a heightened reality. I don't know if that's got another word for that, but it's
It
it's
could
like,
be a thing. I just haven't heard it because I might not be on the same side of the internet. That's all.
I mean, I don't. I could be using the term heightened reality wrong too, but like,
I had
uh,
to
yeah.
explain today all the terms that TikTokers use to get away with saying things they can't say. Like unaliving and stuff like that instead of the real word. And it's just so weird people who start using that in real life. And it's just like, what are you doing? You're not on TikTok. And it's just because
Yeah,
they're censored. Ah, so weird.
yeah. So that's my recommendation of the day, is How to Get to Heaven from Belfast on Netflix right now. And if you haven't watched it, Derry Girls is on Netflix, and you should
Yeah.
watch that. 3 seasons, super short episodes, very funny, very like, also very heavy, because like, all the
It is in
shenanigans
the
of the kid,
90s in Ireland. Yeah.
yeah, gets played up against, the whole conflict in Ireland. So it is very like light, but also super heavy. Which another poor explanation for Derry Girls. I think,
But it
if
has
you like
Nicola
one thing,
Coughlan, so
it has
for
Nicola
people who
Coughlan in it. It also has a bunch of other funny people. Erin Doherty, is that the name of the girl who plays?
very possible,
No,
but to me,
I
Nicola
forget.
Coughlan is
Monica
like the one that's more.
Saoirse Monica or something.
I just
The
mean
girl who
as in
plays
like
Erin.
most people will know Nicola Coughlan because of Bridgerton now.
Oh yeah. But I feel like she also has made some good movies. But anyway, welcome to another Thursday stream. Watch Derry Girls, watch How to Get to Heaven from Belfast, both on Netflix. Do you have a recommendation, Malin? I know you have a recommendation station on your newsletter, so
I am
Uh,
currently rewatching Stargate because it's been put on Netflix as well.
I did see
So
that. I was like, "Oh, that's gonna be next watch." Because I
it's
watched How to Get
so
to Heaven from Belfast, and I'm like, I need more of this, so I'm just rewatching Derry Girls
honestly,
now.
it's just so pixelated. It's so old, and it's so funny to watch on my 4K TV, and just be like, what are all these
Oh,
pixels? Because it's such an old show.
yeah.
But
Well, let's say hello
enjoying
to
it.
some people. CB is here. Hello, hello, hello. Can I click on her name, please, computer? There you go. Keiko is here. Hello, hello. Oh, it's going to take me literally 10 minutes per comment. Gotcha. Kagehime is here. Hello, hello.
Just so you know, they are
Maybe I need.
appearing, I think, faster than you're seeing them because
Okay.
I don't think
CB
it
says
was.
I have 3 hours until I got to take a friend to the airport, so we'll wrap up before that. Don't worry about it. Oh, that didn't show up. Gotcha. And Anna is here. Hello, my wee darlings. Hello, hello, Anna. Christian is here. Hello, hello. Also, chat if you want to tell me what you're working on today. I'd love to know when we get back from sprints. If you want to share lines from your whips, I would also love to know because I'm nosy like that. And Lighthouse says, hello, had a terrible day. Well, they say hi. Had a terrible day, and now I'm here to try and improve my mood just a bit. Well, I'm happy that, me and Malin can maybe contribute to that. I don't know. I
Hopefully.
think we're pretty funny, but CB is very happy that we're streaming. So, it's for the people, it's for the greater good. And I'll sacrifice myself for the greater good. I discovered that I do not have the skills to make a bookshelf aesthetic. Yeah, I'm the same. I need the space for books. I can't be putting like, shits and bowls and everything in my bookshelf because there's no room. They're just
I
filled with
also,
books.
it's very annoying to clean if you have a bunch of stuff on your bookshelves. It's a lot easier if it's just notes.
But I love the knickknack aesthetic though. Ugh.
I actually don't love it. I feel like to me it's too teenager-ish, and so I just don't vibe with it. I prefer just I like the bookstore aesthetic where you have like one book that's turned on its front to showcase it more than the others, but like
Oh,
that's it.
yeah. I don't know. You can't really tell. Can you see the bookshelf from here? No, it's too dark.
It's very dark. Sorry, can't see.
Okay. Yeah, I
I can
have
see
no light
vague
there either.
shapes.
Well, I don't know if you can see the shapes. Like some crates are like tall, and then some are laid flat. I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah, no, I can't see that well of a shape. I just can basically tell there are
Okay.
books there.
Well, I don't know what to tell you. Like I got some tall shelves and then some long shelves, and I use the tall
Okay.
shelves for decorations and long shelves for books. That's basically it.
Oh,
I'm gonna get a
gotcha.
lamp in
Yeah.
there. Gonna get a lamp in there someday, but don't
Oh,
have
I
a
do
lamp
love
right
a
now.
lamp in a bookshelf. That is nice.
Yeah. Let's see. Literary Lighthouse says I also took up gift making. The OC juice is just so concentrated. It made me take up fucking gift making mood boarding. LMFAO. I mean, it'd be like that sometimes. What's a good smell for my male lead to have? I kind of want to come up with more mask and femme scents, cedar and vanilla. I don't know. Trying to avoid classic sandalwood. I love sandalwood.
I do love sandalwood, to be honest. Like,
I also like
also,
floral on a man. I don't know why, but Gucci has some pretty good floral perfumes for men.
I will say the
Uh,
only thing I cannot stand is when books describe a guy's smell with only like food type of things. You know, I don't mind vanilla because it's like floral and it's not also obviously you can also eat, you know, things with vanilla, but it's mostly floral, so that's fine. But then I don't know. It's just there are some that just make me queasy. I'm just like, I can't. Why does he smell like food? This is weird. It's not for
yeah,
me.
I like Anna's suggestion. This is what I do too, naturally, because me and
Mm,
Anna are the same person. For sense, I like thinking about what the character has been doing and how that might stick to them. Otherwise, it makes me think of them Seuss. Nope, dousing themselves in perfume. Lol. So not
gotcha.
Sudavi. I also like just my character interacting with the other characters, smelling the other character, and then the memory is the scent, like a memory they share is the scent, if
Mm,
that makes sense.
yeah.
So I kind of like that.
I feel like
But yeah,
you could easily just research some popular like scents for men, just perfumes or cologne or whatever, and see what they're made of. And there's probably a lot of ingredients in there that could be useful inspiration. I don't know.
yep. Uh, Lighthouse suggests a good unisex scent. Unisex scent is nettle. Oh, what does that smell?
My mind
Also,
went to like Laura nettles.
I'm sure Laura also smells divine.
I know. It's just like it's a Laura nettle scent.
No, I think plant nettle and not Laura nettle. I think.
Yeah.
Also, fig is such a tempting scent to have. Fig is sexy.
Yeah, no,
Uh,
that's food for me. I can't with the food. I don't get it.
he would be using hair products because he has long, beautiful hair, so I have some more freedom with scents. Okay.
Mm,
Kagehime learned English watching Stargate. Okay, I love that.
amazing.
Stargate, God, I've only watched the movie and it was years ago. Is the show good? It has
I
MacGyver in it, so
Yeah, and also I liked the Stargate Atlantis show, but I draw the line at Stargate Universe. That should not be watched by anyone.
so not on this month's recommendation station.
Yeah,
You guys are
exactly.
great. Thank you. We try our best. I think I watched Stargate a little as a child, but I've been thinking of watching it now. Oof, as a child, take me out.
I mean, same. It was as a child as well because it was the show I used to watch with my dad all the time. So
I watched it as a middle teen. No idea what that smells like. Feel like I gotta be store and sniff some stuff. That makes sense. Some research. Hey folks, hello Portia and welcome. Hope you're feeling better. 1+ for sandalwood scents. Yeah, scents are so hard.
agreed.
I'm not very good with scents in my descriptions, I will say, unless it's like the smell of rot and decay or smoke and like stuff like that. But nothing ever just smells nice in my world for some reason.
Well, you are in a Western. Like that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, I mean it does make sense, and I do try to go for that. I don't know what to describe it, like Americana Gothic sort of vibe.
Mm.
So I don't know.
I'm trying to think if
We'll
I've
shall
described a lot
see.
of sense and rules of survival, but I think the only times I do is when there's actual like food. So maybe I should integrate more
Yeah.
sense.
There's no sound in space and there's no sense in space.
There is. I literally saw a video on TikTok of people who had gone to space saying like every person who'd gone to space had said that there is a similar smell when they go inside, like when they open like the door, whatever, basically when they go back into their shuttle or something, and that it smells of like something burned. And that's such, I need to find that video again. I think I saved it thinking that could be useful. But it was literally like, oh,
space smells burned, or the spaceship
like
smells burned?
Space air smells like burned for some reason.
Also space air, or the lack of what is space? What is it? What is in space? I don't know space.
I don't know space either, even though I'm writing sci-fi. I Google things.
Yeah. Literally says also I need to make my MC more knight-like while still keeping her a lady, if that makes sense. Her undying fealty to the love interest's loser ass is fascinating to me. I love it when you have female knights, but they're not like trying to be men, if that makes sense. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but like feminine female knights, I also kind of vibe with that.
Yeah. I like that.
There are multiple shows.
Yeah.
I think so. Stargate is a franchise, as far as I know.
Yeah. But the main two big ones would have been Stargate SG-1 and then Stargate Atlantis.
Yeah. Kagehime says, I don't notice smells until it stinks. Yeah. I've gotten a lot of compliments for my perfume that I bought last time. And from my brother, he's like, you smell great. I'm like, thank you. Never say that to me again, but thank you.
Maybe you should tell CB what it says on the bottle then. What ingredients are in there?
Oh, I don't know. I think it's called Guilty or something by Gucci. So you can look that up. But that's a great smell. It's sort of florally and yeah, absolutely divine. The MC has enhanced senses, so I want to pull all of those in. The scent is there as well. Yeah, that makes sense. Literally Lighthouse says, I love scents, though to be fair, most of my favorite type of guy, fictional, are dirty as fuck and smell a bit metallic from their dried blood on them and earthy.
Love that.
I don't know. Kerosene? Yeah, sure. I don't know what this is in reference to, but
yeah.
Space. A vacuum, lol, but there are reactions happening all the time, so it's why it smells like burning. For space, gotcha. I mean, look at you, astronaut.
We need more
do I want to make my MC smell aesthetic though? JK. That is not a JK, and that's fine. You don't have to. But I've gotten compliments. Just saying, CB. I'm wondering if the burn smell would be from the ship having to go through the atmosphere at such great speed. I don't know.
I think my characters are only concerned with staying alive after encountering the zombies, to be honest.
Not too concerned with the intricacies of space air.
They don't question it too much, which means I don't have to question it too much, which is great because I know nothing.
Oh, Literary Lighthouse is a master's in biochem. That does make sense. Love a woman in STEM, or they them in STEM. I gotta suspend belief some because they will be making out and such after not bathing for days, and that's gross. Well.
Just make sure you don't describe too much of the smell then, because that would turn me off.
Or just have them shower first, or like bathe first, question mark?
They could be making out in the shower. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I have in my fantasy book, they'd be running away for like a few days, so they were like bathing in a lake, and then that led to like sexy times. So, then they're clean.
Love that.
About sex scenes. Yeah. I did consider putting in like a scene where my main character and his love interest are like in a, like not head to toe, like, but in facing copper tubs. That makes sense. Like a bath scene where they're in facing copper tubs.
Yes. Okay, I see what you mean. Yeah.
So they're facing each other and not like the same way. But like, so I thought about doing that, but I think I'm going to save that for a Christmas short story that I'm writing at some point.
Love that you're doing a Christmas short story. That's just great.
I mean, I gotta do it now. I'm sorry, got so overcome with last time mistyped. Happens to the best of us, and apparently the worst of us. So, I'm such a science nerd, literate Licehouse. My teacher in middle school said I wasn't good enough at math to be a scientist. I shouldn't have listened. Yeah, never listen to teacher. And it's also never too late to learn, as we've seen here.
Agreed.
Yeah, we don't have time for that kind of thing, sadly. I won't be describing smell much at that point, but we much earlier, and they both bathed within 24 hours at this point. Also, some people are just attracted to, musk, not natural, like not dirty, like sweaty smells, but like, a human scent. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. I agree.
Okay, shall we try to do some work?
Yes, I started sharing because I didn't know how long it would take for you to be able to see
It's gonna
if
take me a
things are
good work day. So,
good work day. How much time would you like to do?
30 minutes.
Sounds good. Shall I get started?
Just get cracking.
And 30.
Chirp, chirp, motherfuckers.
Pew pew. Are you saying something? Sorry, I didn't hear anything.
No, I was just taking 5 minutes to get back on audio.
Okay. Nice.
How did you do for that sprint, Miss Malin?
I booked a dinner for the Saturday for the Hindu I'm planning, and I created a set
What
for it.
flavor? What kitchen?
It's going to be things like burgers and stuff, but it has a lot of really nice cocktails. So that's kind of a place that's nice and recommended for bigger groups for Hindu type of vibes. So that's why I went with it, which is called Mr. Monkey. So exciting. And I made a group chat as well with 2 people from the bigger group because they're sort of like the ones helping me organizing things and that are the closest to my best friend, who can sort of like help me decide if I'm like, oh, I don't know if I should pick this or this, instead of having all 8 people in the group having their opinion, because it's just easier that way. And then we tell them, here's the plan, come along.
I love that though.
And they're also likely to be the ones driving us there. So I feel like as in terms of organization, it was easier to just have like a mini separate group chat. So we've been chatting, saying yes to things, suggesting other things. And I've booked a couple of things and I updated my Notion page. So I basically made a calendar view so I can see which events are where. And then on the side, I have a panel with like the links to the different places we're going to. So
I love that.
That's it. Organization, basically. How did you do?
I did some writing, but also scrolled a lot. But I did do some writing.
Nice.
Yeah, wrote 35 words, so not a whole lot, but
35 words is better than 0 words. So
5 minutes left, and I'm like, oh, I guess I should be writing. So I just like keep it up, and it was so easy to write. So I don't know why I dragged my feet for 25 minutes, but
sometimes you just have to, and then you're like, oh my god, this was easy and this was fun.
Yeah, it'd be like that sometimes, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. We were joined by JC. Hello, welcome. Hey, Steve. Hey, Malin. Hope you both are having a great day.
As good as can be on a work day.
As good as can be on a work day. And Keiko wrote 3 words looking at names for characters.
I mean,
love naming things.
The prep work of naming people or things is so hard sometimes. So that counts as like working on it, you know? I feel.
Yeah, it's kind of weird because sometimes a name just clicks and you know, like, oh, that's the name.
Yeah.
And then sometimes you find good names, but you're like, this doesn't really feel right. Like,
it's like
why
not
doesn't
the
it
right.
feel right? What makes like purely based on vibes?
But it is a thing, and I remember reading an article about the science behind like how some people are liked or disliked based on their name, because apparently if your name matches what you look like, people like you more than if your name doesn't really match what you look like. It's a thing.
I believe you.
I don't have any proof, but it was a scientific article.
Do I look like a Stieg to you?
Yes, I would say you look like a Stieg. Stieg fits you, you know?
But then you don't really know any other Stiegs, so I would be the first Stieg you met, so like...
Yes, but it's not so much about like a name you know or don't know. I think it's about the, you know, like the, what is that called, that effect, the Kiki and Boo Boo thing. Have you heard of that? Where it's like
yeah,
the shapes and stuff that you immediately match depending on like the intonation, the sound that it makes. So I think it's about that. But again, it was a long time ago I read that article, so I could be wrong. It could be about something else.
Well, you do seem like a Malin, and that's not even your name, so I don't know.
Which is really funny because I picked a name that has similar placement of vowels as my real name, Alix Malin. It kind of like has, you know, it's A, and then I, you know?
Yeah.
So I feel like that's why it works. I don't know. Maybe. I'm not sure.
And I know other Malins, so, you know. they also seem like Malin. So maybe Malin is just like such a good, strong name. So maybe that's it.
It just suits anyone. Sort of like how there's some colors that make everyone look good, like burgundy looks great on anyone.
Yeah, love burgundy. But that's very fascinating. Yeah, I also forget the name of the Kiki and Boo Boo
Yeah.
thing.
Kiki and Booba, that's what it's called. Sorry, got it wrong. Thank
Yeah,
you, Lighthouse. You are my expert of the day.
165 words and a final sort of FC for my main character have been made. Oh, page claim? Question mark. Yeah, I love that for you. Yeah, I have to look up specific names with a certain meaning, but also make sure they're not too weird. My problem is that I love a certain type of name, like a certain type of vowel or like first letter. So a lot of names I find where like, ooh, I love a name that starts with like an A or a B or a D. But then I can't, like, all my characters can't just be named B names. So
I feel like that's my issue as well, especially if it's a similar type of character. Because I realized when I was writing demons, my best friend, like my character's best friend, is named Fran. And I was like, oh, I love Fran. It works great. That's her. That's who I can picture. And then I was writing Rules of Survivals, and at some point I realized I'd name a character Frankie, who's also a woman. And then I was just like, no, I can't do that. So I had to change it to Freddie because it was just such a similar name for a similar type of character as well. Like she's sort of the best friend of my main character as well in this situation. So that's my issue, is I repeat myself without realizing.
yeah, I just gravitate towards certain letters in names. Like T, I have a lot of names that I love that starts with a T, and I'm like, but I can only be one.
You could have
So
two. You could have two, max. You know?
I mean, yeah, but I don't have a whole lot of characters. Like there's, I don't know how many. There's like 20 characters in my book, maybe. And I feel like I have to diversify letters. So I did make a list at some point. I'm just like, okay, what letters are available? A, Z, X, W, B, and P. So any name that I figure out has to be one of those letters. But then you also can't have too similar, like you said, like Malin, Alexi, like it can't be too similar in that sense either. So you can't have
Yeah.
like two short names with like two diphthongs and stuff like that. So there's a whole lot of things to think about.
Yeah.
And
Or like
the
CB
Wild
naming.
West, yeah,
Or like the example CB gave of Mason and Jason, that they
yeah,
have to be
like that's
twins,
too,
otherwise that's a
yeah.
no.
So yeah, there's a lot of things to think about, and sometimes I'm like, oh, that is absolutely the correct name for this character. It's nailed it. And then sometimes I'm just going through like 20 names on a character in each draft. I'm like, it doesn't really work for me, but it's just what I got for now. So
Yeah.
but yeah, that's an interesting part of being a writer. A line that Literary Lighthouse is very proud of. If I can just click on it, there you go.
Yeah.
Beneath her feet, the shattered future. Sorry, I'm going to try and not butcher this. I need to bring the screen closer because I'm an old man. Beneath her feet, the shattered future. Yeah. Beneath her feet, the shattered futures that'll never come to pass stab into her feet. And Enith opens the door of her father's study without knocking.
I like
Yeah.
Enith.
I
Enith.
also love the name Enith. Yeah. I used her feet twice. Yeah. Oh, we got a revised version. Beneath the shattered futures that'll never come to pass stab into her feet. And Enith opens the door of her father's study without knocking. Can confirm that. Someone here is called Chantal. There's already an opinion about them. If someone here is called Chantal, it's already an opinion about them. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
What an
if I
oopsie-daisy.
know anyone, if I meet anyone named Chantal like who's a French speaker, I'm assuming they're over 60, is my opinion. Immediately.
That's my opinion. I know a million Yannicks. Once I had 4 of them in my class, so the entire class just called them by their surnames. Yeah, it's getting very that in Norway too, where like each generation of children would have like, oh, there's 17 Lucases in your class. Gotcha. So,
Yeah.
my
That's
one of
how
my
you,
nephew has like 7 friends who's all named the same name. So they're just like, you know, Lucas P and Lucas D and Lucas S,
the
just so
way I
they can
immediately
differentiate.
think of the Spice Girls, Mel B and Mel C, and that's my immediate comparison. I was like, yeah, well done it.
Yeah. Face clean, yes. Mason and Jason, iconic duo. Nina, also hello Nina. I once had 6 characters and all their names were the exact same length. I had to fix that, lol. Yeah. Luckily, that's like an easy fix. You can just search and replace.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god, yes, the Lucases. There's so many Lucases. Like my nephew's age, he's 16. There's so many Lucases, and like, yeah, stuff like
I
that.
love noticing if there's like a trend in rising names that are becoming more like often it happens with also like some franchises of movies and TV shows and stuff. I actually do know quite a few people who have kids who are like now like teenagers whose name is Bella. I'm just like, is Twilight? I'm assuming.
Twilight, for sure, for sure, for sure.
Probably.
Yeah, there's definitely trends going on. But my
Yeah.
sister she's a very unique flavor of names. So one of my nieces is called Arwen. Mind you, neither my sister nor my brother-in-law have seen Lord of the Rings. So how they come up with Arwen, it was just like, yeah, we're just flipping through a name book and we thought the name was pretty. And I'm like, everyone you ever meet will think that you are a Lord of the Rings fans going forward, just so you're
Literally.
aware. But it's a beautiful
Amazing.
name. And I kind of, when I think of my niece or the name Arwen, I think of my niece and I don't think of Arwen Umdoniel from Lord of the Rings.
Interesting.
So
Yeah.
I've kind of been conditioned into that. But yeah, very unconventional names for my sister's children. So I think that's beautiful. So no Lucases. Okay, shall we crack out another sprint?
Yes. I have more to organize.
Yeah, I need just a smidge longer this time, maybe 35.
Okay. Do you want the same timer? I can't really be asked to.
That works for me. That works
Okay.
for me. Whatever you want to do, whatever's easiest for you. Yeah.
I'm
Cindy
not sharing anymore.
says,
Stop sharing. There we go.
a million Kyles in my classes growing up.
Interesting.
And
It
Keiko
seems like a
says,
more
I hate,
American name, I guess.
yeah.
And yeah.
I never met a European named Kyle.
No.
I feel sorry for every girl that's born and named Karen nowadays. There's a new Karen name now. What is it? Jessica, I think. I think Jessica is the new Karen. So
I actually do know a few Karens, but they're very nice, so I never think like it just does not make me think of that derogatory way of talking about Karens, you know? Like it just does not
yeah.
compute.
No, I think the kids are saying that Jessica is the new Karen. So
Mm.
sorry to John. Okay, let's pull up.
You say 35 minutes, right?
Yeah, if that works for you.
Yeah, that works for me. Perfect. All right.
Beautiful.
And 35 on the clock. Hi.
Hey, welcome back. You for the sprint.
Yeah, I managed to pretty much fill the timeline that I've got on
Love.
Notion. I've got links to everything. Not everything has been booked because there's some things we're still deciding on, but there's a plan in place. And I think on the Friday, just to be full disclosure, there's no fucking way in hell my best friend is watching this right now because she doesn't even watch my channel like ever. So
Fake fan.
I'm good. I think the fact that it's all in English is too much for her. So I have suggested we're going to do pizza takeaway and games night on the first night when we arrive on the Friday. And that way it's like more
Love.
chill and no one gets like completely smashed so we can still enjoy the Saturday because the Saturday is the full day of all the activities. So that's kind of the idea. I was just looking right now at takeaway pizza places that were well rated, so I have links already ready in my Notion, like type A organized. Everything is in there. It's all mapped out. That's all done pretty much.
Love. Organized queen.
Yes.
Keeping the
How
family
did you?
together. Love it. And
How
I
did
did
you
some
do?
more writing.
Yeah.
I ended up shipping two characters together that I didn't really have any plans of shipping. But I'm like, wait,
Oh,
you're actually cute together. You're gonna end up together.
interesting.
So yeah. So I have a little quote. The quote that kind of sparked like, oh wait, maybe there's something here, which I love because in an outline, I have not outlined this at all. So I don't know if this story will like, I don't know if they will feature that much more in the story, but
Still,
the quote is they're basically been getting like, the rundown from the barkeeper. He's been like, blah blah blah, this person, blah blah blah, like he usually goes blah blah blah. He's usually here, but he's not here tonight. That's weird, sort of thing. Because my group of characters are looking for uh, a person.
okay.
And so Jim, he's the barkeeper, and then Tala, she's a member of the group. Tala pulled out some coins from her vest pocket and placed it in the barkeep's hand. For your troubles, Jim. Jim blushed and placed the coins back in her hands. I couldn't possibly miss. This one was on the house. And I just thought that was cute. I'm like, wait, are you
You're
gonna end up
like,
together?
oh, there's a vibe. There's a little. Okay, I like me like.
Yeah. So now I'm like, because at the end of a story, spoiler alert, she has like this whole dream that she's, it gets fulfilled at the end of the story. But just think it would be cute that he would be there too.
That would be cute. I feel like I do love a side character also gets their happy ending vibe, you know?
Because there's not a whole lot of woman. Like obviously my main character and the love interest has their like whole arc that they're going through.
Yeah.
But outside of that, there's no like relationship that comes out of the novel. There's like some established marriage. There's an established marriage. The sister
Mm.
character, she's happily married to a man, and like that continues to be like a safe space for her.
I
But there's
love
no
how you
like.
had to specify happily married to a man because that usually
I
is
mean, you never
not
know in the Wild West. You never know.
true. True.
But he loves and supports his wife very much so.
Love
Because
that.
originally my story was about two brothers, but then I'm like, ugh, but then that would mean that the brother would leave the farm and then the wife would stay behind and take care of the kids and the farm. And like, I hate that as a trope. Like, man goes out to
Yeah.
fulfill his destiny and wife stays home and takes care of the families. I'm like,
I also
I'm
don't
gonna
like that
reverse
trope.
that.
So I
It's gonna
think
be
you
a
made a
sister. The sister's gonna go away, and then the husband is gonna stay home and take care of the farm and the children. And
I
he's
love
gonna
that
do
so much
so
more.
because he love it. So
Yeah.
um
I think that works
that's
a lot
yeah.
better.
Yeah, I mean, Emmanuel, he's a keeper. Let me just say,
How
I have a little
do
crush on myself.
quick question about your process. Are you sharing heavy details but not the actual manuscript with the Trouble Troop? And if yes, is that how like do you bounce back things where you're like, I'm thinking of changing that to do this instead? Or do you keep it to yourself until you're like, I've made this change? Like, just curious.
Um, not the trouble troop. Do you mean or the troublemakers?
The troublemakers. Like
Okay.
your because they're your critique partners, right? Like these are the
Not really.
Not really.
I don't
Oh,
really
okay.
have,
Well,
no, I don't have. I bounce ideas off of Katie and Grape, but they don't know like the full scope of the story. Grape read the first half of the novel back when I started it 3 years ago.
yes.
So
Okay.
she gave me like critique feedback.
Okay.
But that was on the first draft, and yeah, a lot has changed. So, and I don't think I'll have time for critique partners, so I might give it to them alongside my developmental editor and be like, hey guys, here's my
Yeah.
novel in case I have any questions that I want to bounce off, like based on the
Yeah.
editor's
It's
feedback.
useful to have people who know what's in there so that you can then be like, what do you think of this change? Because I'm not entirely sure, blah, blah, blah. And you have like
Yeah.
more than just one
So
person.
that's an idea that I haven't aired to them. So they might be busy and not have time for any of this.
Mm.
So I might have to outsource someone else.
I mean, you can
There
also ask
is,
now, which is what I sort of warned Anna and Hudson that I'm giving it to them in June, but I just haven't specified if it's at the beginning or the end of June. So,
this will be somewhere between June 1st and August 31st. So that's a 3 month window.
yeah. Yeah, that's a big window, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. And then for the beta reading process, not yeah, my developmental editor, she's doing two drafts with me, so draft three and draft four. And in
Okay.
between draft three and draft four, she wants me to have beta readers ready to read. So that would be somewhere at the end of this year, I presume.
Yeah.
Um,
Um,
so
just so you know,
yeah.
I'm totally open to reading it at some point, but you can also keep me for a later one if you'd rather. I'm kind of like open whenever, as long as it's not a critique partner heavy type of editorial letter that you're asking for, but more like vibes. How do you feel about this? Questions.
You know,
Because that means
um,
I don't really have to have a time that's ready for me. But if you ever want me to read it, I can do that kind of level of work any time of the year, basically, is what I'm saying.
yeah, no, beta readers would be like a beta read, like a reader experience of the novel. Like, what did you
Yeah.
like? What didn't you like? All that jazz, and not like a
Yes.
full editorial. I think, page number 23 needs to be half down, and section B, circle A. It's not going to be
Yeah.
that level because I think after the dev edit, like after I'm done with the developmental editor, I'm not really looking for critique level
Someone else has to bring
feedback.
in on that. Yeah.
Because then like I've already worked with the professional and the
Yeah.
story structure, like the architecture of the story is what it is. So
Yeah.
anything after that is just like, beta reader, how do they perceive characters? Like, is there any red flags that I missed? Sort of that kind of level stuff.
Yeah.
So that would be between draft three and four.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just, oh, I don't know. I don't know, girl. I don't know. It's very scary right now. I'm not in the headspace to think about the future right now,
Sorry.
in terms of my novel, but
I was the only
uh,
reason because I wasn't even asking about all that for that reason or to make you scared about, like what's coming and when you
I'm
have to
not
have things
scared. I'm just
ready.
like, oh, I can't really, fathom it right now. I just have to
The
focus
on-
on getting my daily word count.
yeah, but I was only asking because you were talking about a change you'd made between like, the previous draft and like this version of things. And I was thinking about like how I tend when I'm making the changes right now, no one has read Rules of Survival. And so it's very like me in my own head and just like talking to
That's
myself.
where I'm at.
And it's
Uh,
sometimes I'm like, oh, I kind of wish I had, although I didn't want to give it to anyone at that stage because it wasn't ready. I also do sometimes miss having someone I can be like, what do you think of that change? I'm thinking of doing that. It's pretty drastic, or, like and so I end up bouncing back.
Absolutely. I think for now, I don't really need that because I have so many ideas on how to improve the story myself. So,
Yeah.
like, because the first draft was pants, like, I didn't have an outline.
Yes.
So,
Vibes.
and
Vibes on me.
yeah, so I'm like after the first draft, I'm like, okay, this is so messy. Like, I know how to fix this draft. So that's
Yeah.
kind of where I'm at now. But whereas when I'm done with this draft, I might have like minor, like, oh yeah, no, I want to change a character name, or like I want to, maybe he doesn't have his horse in chapter five anyway, like that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Um, but like for the big picture stuff, I think I'm at a point where I can't really see the forest for the trees in terms of story architecture, like
Yeah.
the story structure anymore. So that might be something that I would like, find helpful to have input on. But I just don't have the time because my deadline is so fast approaching and my book is not written yet.
Yeah.
Uh, so in the perfect world, I would have written draft two before I started looking for a dev editor. But you live and you learn.
Yes. Now you know.
Uh, Now you know. And I did think I had ample time, and I did have ample time. I'm just not I just didn't utilize the ample time I had.
You
So now I'm like,
also have more time than June, right? Like you said yourself, it could be a little bit later if necessary, right?
I mean, yeah, my editor said like anywhere between June 1st and August 31st is when I would have to receive
Yeah.
the book to start to
So if
read.
you're like, it's good to know if a life event happens and you're like, okay, I need another month or
Yeah.
whatever, you know, you've got
But
that.
at the same time, I do want to get the book ready for like June 1st and then
Yeah.
maybe just take 2 weeks where I like do a final pass, just correcting the things that I know I want to correct,
Mm.
that sort of things. Just making sure
Okay.
that the contingency is there because I've changed a few names along the way and stuff. So ideally, I would like 2 weeks to do that and then send it to my dev editor and then some maybe critique partners or not even critique partners. I think I want to do a thing where like I give it to a critique marker to read, and then instead of like having them fill out 27 questions, I just like, can I have an hour of your time? And we just like
Yeah.
FaceTime and talk about it.
Actually, that's so useful. We did something similar after I got Harris book from Anna, and it was more. I didn't like write a whole ass letter. I think I wrote some notes because I was like, while I'm reading, there's some things I'm thinking about, and so I like gave her my basic notes so that she already had them. But then we scheduled like a call for soon after I was done to like literally think tank things and for her to ask me questions and for us to like vibe off each other on that. And it was so good. I
Yeah.
think she found
I
it
think
really useful.
that's more what I'm looking for and not like an editorial style letter.
Yeah,
I think
I like
editor
that vibe
letter works
better.
better if like, this is something you do for someone you're not intimately familiar with, not intimately,
Yeah.
but like someone outside of your like because I do a lot of beta reading and critiquing for people that I like consider friends, but
Yeah.
they're, not necessarily that I FaceTime with or stuff like that.
I also feel like sometimes when you do it without a call, comments can feel like difficult to read as like the person who received them, and so it's a lot easier sometimes to convey what you mean and be like, I'm not being an asshole to you, like this is me trying to help you shape your book in the best way possible when you're like faced like having a call and when you're talking about it. And I feel like sometimes that understanding can be a little bit lost depending on how well you know the other person and how good you can vibe off, like, okay, this type of comment I can take well,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, and also like um at least when I do like editor letter style feedback, the task of critiquing is a lot more daunting.
Mm,
So I'm just
yeah.
like, I want to read your book, but like, there's 10 pages of edit letters to be written alongside it, which kind of like, I love doing that sort of thing, but it still takes a lot of energy for me to
Yeah,
do it.
and the idea of it sometimes daunts me a little bit too much, and so at times I'm like, I can't accept this, and I will not say yes
Yeah.
to reading someone's book if I'm like, I don't know if I will have the time, I don't know if I will do it justice, and it's a lot harder to say yes to that than to say yes, I can read it, and then we can have a think tank call.
Yeah. And I think that's more my vibe. Like,
Yeah,
you get a book, you get a week or two to read the book, so you don't have to take notes and write an edit letter. And then, if you can jump on a call and just talk about it for like a couple of hours or like an
yeah,
hour, that's kind of what I need. And I can, yeah, you can kind of develop and ask more questions if there anything you're wondering about, or like dig
yeah,
deeper into anything like, oh, that's weird that you're saying Malin, because my intention with this character was blah 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 blah. And then you can like, oh well, I perceived it this way.
yeah,
So I think that's more valuable to me at this stage. And I think that's also a lot more time friendly than like, hey guys, you get 2 months to read this book and then you have to answer 27 beta questions.
yeah.
So absolutely, yeah, absolutely something I'm thinking about. And I'm thinking in between draft 3 and 4 when I'm working with the dev editor and she wants beta readers. I also think, a reader experience is a lot better or a lot not easier because it is also a work being a beta reader, but it takes lots less spoons for me to be a beta reader than to be like
Yeah,
critiquing someone's book.
yeah, I agree. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. So I forget the question. What were you asking?
I was just asking initially about what your process was for when you're changing things and you're
Oh
like,
yeah, no, it's based on the wind and the way
fair.
the hen kicks or whatever the expression is. Do you say that in English?
What was the expression? Sorry,
The way the hen kicks or the way the chicken kick?
I don't think I've heard this one. I like
That's the
it.
Norwegian expression. Like,
That's
oh,
great. I need
it's
to
like
use that.
any way the chicken kicks or like any way the hen kicks,
Love
which
it.
means like, it's anyone's game. Because
Gonna
chickens will
use it.
kick or scratch and like, maybe I'll write that into my book.
I love learning new expressions that don't translate literally in another language.
Yeah. Anyway, let's see what our friends did because we yapped for like a good 20 minutes there.
Sorry.
Sorry, it's the Stig and Malin show. Let's see. We were joined by a random Nicki Minaj who's changed her name. The LPS Warriors. I don't know what LPS is.
Is that not no. Sorry, I was thinking PSL, like pumpkin spice latte.
Oh, dang.
Not that, I guess. Sorry. No idea then.
61 words, names for Keiko. Well done. Is detritus a word like not debris with a definite T sound? Detritus? Detritus. I don't know what this means, but
That's
well, this is a word.
like trash. That means trash.
Oh, let me write it because I collect words. So let me collect this one too. Thank you,
Pretty
CB.
sure. I mean, it is the same word in
Detritus.
French, but I'm not entirely sure that it is from the French
Waste or
word.
debris of any kind. The streets were foul with detritus. Detritus. Oh, detritus. Sorry. The streets were foul with detritus.
I would have said it like you said it, because in French I would say détritus. So it's
Yeah, no. According to this very official Google Translate, not Google Translate, Google search meaning, it is detritus. Detritus. So,
detritus.
yeah.
Hmm.
New word alert. Let's see. Keiko is off now. Early shift, and I'm about to pass out because I had to throw the entire dairy section by myself. You are literally carrying that place on your backs, Keiko. Stay sane. Marta is here. Hi, ¿cómo estás? I made it. How are you all? We are as good as anyone can be on a work day, I think was the general
Yes.
consensus.
Which is okay. Fine.
Yeah, which is okay. Yeah. Love a stay-at-home dad. Me too. I love him. I love him so much. And he's such a good father too, which I also love because you don't see a lot of cowboys being good fathers.
That's true. Not enough
Uh,
representation.
love representation. With the guidance of the queen and her ladies, I'd have a chance at life. Above the ruins, you left us it. He winces, not knowing the extent of her disdain for him and the ghost of her brother haunting the keep. She knew of his debts, of his need for girls, of when mother laid in bed racked with fever from LMAO.
That can't be the end.
There's no ending here. I don't think you shared the rest. Nicki
Yeah, I
Minaj.
don't see the, no, you're right. I don't see it either. I like the
But
beginning.
yeah, very evocative as usual. Thank you so much for sharing.
Yes.
I have time. Let me read your book, please. One day, Marta. You're literally first on my list of like any humans who's reading my book, and any robots. You're even above the robots. So the first pair of eyes that ever going to read my book, Marta, is
Don't
going to
give
be
your book
you.
to robots, please.
Uh, there was a robot waiter at the college we stayed in Edinburgh, a little cat. So I could give it to that robot. I think she'd enjoy it, or
Oh,
he'd enjoy
that
it.
would be a very cute robot to give it to. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. It was so rude because there was a waiter who walked alongside the robot because the waiter had to put the food from the robot on our table. But they didn't have to carry it from the kitchen. So I guess that's the whole point, like, yada, yada, yada.
It's
But
very
then,
gimmicky
like,
thing.
yeah, I was like filming the robot as it came along because it was like cat shaped. And then the waiter was like, "Oh, do you want to pet him?" And I'm like, "Sure thing. I would love to pet him." I pet him, and the robot was like, I don't like that."
What?
And I'm like, "Girl, you set me up." It was
That's so
diabolical of her. And then
funny.
she laughed, and I was like, that was rude. I didn't
That's
want to
so
hurt
funny.
this cat robot's feelings. But yeah,
Oh,
I'm redoing the entire Gen Got thing, and now the MC is a girl and hates her dad. Relatable content. Well, I'm not a girl, but ooh, book. I love that for you, Steve. Thank you. I get sucked into watching Bridgerton season 4, part 2. Oh, Sophie. I'm gonna watch it this weekend for sure, but I'm holding off until now. But I'm very excited for it because I did enjoy part 1 a lot. Yeah, I'm worried about doing beta CP because my book is so fucking long and that requires so much time from another person. When you say so fucking long, what do you mean CP? What's the length?
how many words? How many
Yeah.
words?
Could you do a self-edit first? Question mark. Or does it need to be that long? I don't know.
Could you give
Never
it to
doing
them
beta
in
because I
two
never
parts?
want to publish. I simply don't give a fuck like that. Best of luck to y'all. I know a lot of, well, I guess that's also publishing, but like a lot of fanfiction writers have beta readers. So, Alameo, that was my old ass username. It's Littlest Pet Shop. The Littlest Pet Shop of Horror. Love it. The toy. I am not familiar with her, but yeah.
Me
A
neither.
very fancy word for trash. Yeah, literally. That sounds like a sensible general consensus. I second the consensus. Thank you so much. We got the approval of a woman in STEM, so I'm happy. You will never know. I like being a tease. Sorry. I mean, I would be insulated.
Insulted?
Oh, yeah, that
I
says
don't think she'd be
insulted.
insulated. I think she
I
would
also
be
don't think she, but I mean, there's engineer involved. So I'm like, she could be insulated. I don't know.
could be something
I mean,
about
I would be
insulation for the
insulted if I
robot.
was under the robots. Under the other humans, fair enough. Under robots, how dare? Yeah, yeah. Touch over robots. Yeah, the cat was literally like, I don't like that. And I'm like, what you told me to touch? This is so rude. 150K right now. Halfway through editing draft 1. Gonna do at least 3 more edits before betas, but CPs will get after draft 2 or 3. Oh, why 3 edits? Like, do you have specific things in mind for each edit? Colin.
150 is a lot. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm not a very verbose writer, I will say. The first draft of the Cowboy book was 90K, and that was dragging along. That had 51 scenes. This new outline has 36 scenes.
Yeah, my book is growing inwards at the moment.
I mean, yeah, I don't. As long as I'm under 100K, I'm really happy.
Yeah. My problem
But
is
then,
obviously it is sci-fi and I do have some exposition to give at the
yeah,
some
but also I
points.
feel like adventure book because I feel like we both kind of writing adventure action books.
Yeah.
And they tend to be on the shorter side. So I couldn't have a 150K cowboy book. That would just ruin me.
No,
But
I would be okay if it went up to 100K max. But it was 91K when I finished draft 1. I think it'll be a
oh my
little
god,
bit
the
more.
cowboy book was 91K too.
The what, sorry?
Cowboy book was 91K too.
Oh, there you go. 91K is a pretty good number. It's good.
Pretty good
I like
number.
it.
We're
But yeah,
consistent.
I think
We do have
if
a tag. No beta, we die like Carrie Shearer.
character,
I don't understand, but
I don't understand either. But I'm not versed in AO3 language
me
because
neither.
I'm too
I
old
just
and I
learned
was a
your
fanfiction
name.
net girly. So
I was too, and even on no, I shouldn't say these words out loud. Never mind. As it I'm editing chapter 15 of 25, and the total 25 chapter right now is around 150K. Draft 1 was 125K, and it's growing.
oh my god.
Insulted. Yeah, that was me misreading. I'm sorry, Marta. That was not on your part. My brain is also dead. Uh, Mine has been progressively growing per draft, and now I feel like I'm at the point where I need to actively shrink it again. What are y'all feeding these books? Oh my fucking god.
Filler words. Filler words.
But I don't know. So we talked about this, like, because I don't think I'm an underwriter or over. Like, I'm an underwriter on specific elements, like
Mm.
internalization in my characters. You will not find a whiff of it in my novel. A lot of descriptions, sure thing.
Sushi.
Yeah, I wish my characters were people because that would
Yeah.
make my job a lot easier. But yeah, um, like I write an appropriate amount of words. Like I don't overwrite and I don't underwrite in terms of word count.
Yeah.
But
I actually think that 90-ish K is pretty normal and good for a final version. If this was your last draft and it was 91K for that book, it would make sense for the genre. And same with my sci-fi.
yeah,
Although sci-fis can be buffier and that's fine, but also 90K is good for a standalone, so I don't know.
yeah, and like for fantasy books, obviously you can go a bit bigger because you need the exposition. I'm writing historical fiction with speculative elements or whatever, speculative historical fiction or whatever you want to call it. So I feel like I'm very comfortable with the 90K first draft
Yeah.
because so much of it was meandering in the draft because, as I said, it wasn't outlined. So I'm very excited to see how the word count will shape up when I'm done with this draft, where I feel like, okay, this is, this is the story as short as I can conceive it.
Mm.
And I'm very excited to see how a potential dev editor can like, oh, but you can actually do this and this and this, and that will make the story sharper and more succinct and also shorter. So I'm very excited for that.
That'll be useful. That'll be very interesting.
Yeah, currently at 124K.
Yeah.
Yoinks. More like I'm adding stuff and rewriting a few scenes so they are basically a draft one, even though the book is draft two. I think this revision will be the most time consuming. God, I hope. Yeah. If we don't have a beta for fic, we say not betaed. We die like whatever character died in the story we're writing for. Ah, okay. I love that
Got
quote. I'm gonna steal that. Thank you so much. Always explaining the ropes of fanfictioning, and that's what I appreciate about you. Um, a lot is happening. I'm a fucking underwriter, and yet here we are.
And you might want to split it into two books. Just saying.
Yeah, take advice from two unpublished losers on the internet.
Hey, we're not losers. We're not winners either, but we're somewhere in between.
We're participants.
Yeah. A+ for effort.
Yeah. I'm feeling one more sprint just because I would love to crack out. I would love to
I'm gonna
finish this
eat,
even, and I think I got
but I
like,
can eat during the sprint if you want, because it's 8
I
p.m.
can
and
do
I'm
this on my
hungry.
own time. I can do this on my own time.
Well, I don't
So
want to stop your like if you're like in the flow, and you want to continue. I get
no,
it.
no, I
So
can
if you
continue on my own free time. It's fine. It's fine. It's
are you
fine.
sure? Okay.
Yes, I am absolutely sure. Uh, get more money, CB. Not winners yet. I
Yeah.
don't know. I'll consider that, but I'm planning to do a different couple every book, so it would be weird if this was two books for this couple. There you go. One more sprint, please. I haven't done my writing for the day yet. Okay, for Marta, I'll do one more sprint. You're free to leave, Malin. I release you of your chains.
But how are you gonna run the sprint? Is your computer gonna survive?
Ooh, I guess we'll find out. She might
Do
die.
you want me to run it for you? I'll just make food, and if I don't come back, you can just stop the sharing.
I mean, if you want to, I'd appreciate it.
And then I can come back for the final yapping.
Okay, finally happening. Well, if you want to, but don't feel forced to be here.
No, it's
Uh,
all good.
but if the couple is super extra special? Also, they don't get together in the first half of the book, so it would be able to be a romance as primary genre, I think. So it would be able to be a romance as primary genre, I think.
I don't know.
I don't know
So they
either.
don't get
I just know that
together.
romances has to be a happy ever after or happy for now, and that's the only genre convention I know.
Maybe CB meant it wouldn't be? Oh yeah, would
Oh,
not.
would
Okay.
not. Gotcha,
Yes,
gotcha.
that makes more
Yeah.
sense.
God, I love a slow burn.
Yeah.
Yet again, I love an appropriately burning candle. Like, not too short, not too long, just right.
How much
Another 30
time?
minutes?
30, did you say?
Yeah, that sounds lovely.
Okay, perfect. I'm skipping the sounds. Sorry. I will
No worries. Girls gotta
get us
eat.
started. Good luck. I'm here.
Hello, welcome again.
I ate, and then I wrote a tiny little bit. Like,
Always do, Malin.
I had like 5 or 7 minutes left, and I wrote 2 paragraphs, but they were pure retyping the same thing, except for like a couple of sentences. So easy peasy, basically.
Okay. I was trying to compliment you by saying that you ate, but don't think you caught it.
Oh, no, I didn't get it. Sorry.
I was trying to say that you eat.
I thought you meant you always do when I said I wrote a little bit, and I was like, I
I was
guess I
thinking
do.
so
And
finger
right
snap,
sometimes.
like
I,
you ate. You didn't gobble
I
gobble.
ate.
Yeah, you ate.
I ate.
And I wrote a bunch of words. I'm 313 for the day, and I'm kind of getting into it. So I think I'm going to continue after the sprint. Uh,
Whoa, amazing.
yeah, but also I should be reading. I should read some chapters. Oh my God, there's not enough time in the day.
Do
Anyway,
what you feel the most motivated to do right now, I think. And there will always be tomorrow or the day after where you're like, I'm not motivated as much to write, I will read. So, yeah.
yeah, that's it. And I also uncovered a conspiracy this time. So I had a very productive evening. Like, uncovered a
Conspiracy.
romance, unveiled a conspiracy that I didn't know existed within my book.
Amazing.
I don't know if were you here? Was it last week when I wrote about the collector and that whole shebang?
I don't know if I was. That does not ring a bell, but as we've established, you and I forget everything all the time, so could be.
Yeah, the collection agency where you turn in your bounties and you get a reward. And then they met some guy at the collection, like a villainous character at the collection agency. And he was there to collect a bounty for his team member who had died. And he asked for more money for the widow. It's like,
Mm.
yeah, I don't know. Does this ring any bell? Chat, does this ring any bell for
No,
you?
not for me. I don't think I was there for this. I might be
Well, there
wrong.
was a guy there who asked, like, he was doing his bounty and then he wanted more. He's a marshal, so like he wanted more money for the widow and the casket. Um, so the collector gave him that money, and then suddenly, while I'm writing this dialogue, it just comes out of me, and I'm like, wait, he didn't have a wife.
Oh my
So
god, it's a
yeah,
scam. He's scamming them.
and I was like, oh, love that. I'm going to read you the line that I wrote now, and that'll give some context.
Yes.
Um, oh, how much do I? Oh my god, I just feel like everyone. This is Joe. Benjamin paused. Mr. Whitlock. We studied medicine together in New York. He turned to Mr. Whitlock. What brings you west? Last I heard, you were stationed somewhere near Louisiana. Mr. Whitlock grinned, showing off a row of healthy teeth. It felt weird writing healthy teeth, but I didn't want to say pearly white teeth either, because like
No,
this
but
is the
that
one.
kind of works in the context of a Western, so I'm okay with it.
Showing off a row of healthy teeth. Well, for starters, I learned that I do not fare well in swamps. And then Daisy here, he turned to the woman next to him, said she had a job offer out west. So I decided to tag along, and we've been hunting for the last year or so. Just the two of you? Grace asked, raising a brow. No, we're part of a licensed posse. It's run by a marshal, so it's all above board. And the marshal in question is the marshal we met in the previous chapter, the one who said the whole thing with, the widow and stuff.
Yeah.
It's run by a marshal, so it's all above board. The woman smiled, and then she introduced herself. A shadow slithered up Cassidy's spine. McNeil, he asked. That's the name of the marshal. Yeah, a bit of an unpleasant fella, to be honest, but he's very efficient and gets the job done. Mr. Whitlock nodded. I'm not sure if Ned Hobbs, that's the deceased guy, and who has a widow. I'm not sure if Ned Hobbs or his widow finds his methods efficient, Cassidy said dryly. Mr. Whitlock furrowed his brows. Widow? Ned wasn't married, and what happened to Ned was a terrible accident. If he took care of his equipment properly, his gun wouldn't have jammed like that. And I'm like,
Ooh.
but his gun didn't jam like that, did it?
No.
Now
Of
I'm like,
course
Ned
not.
knew too much. Ned
Oh
knew too
my
much.
god.
So,
And
yeah.
is your main character the one who's like, wait a minute, this doesn't make sense? Is he realizing this?
Yeah, that's what's coming up. So that's like what I'm going to wrap up this chapter with, because I think I have like a couple of paragraphs left, and then I'm done with this scene. So I want to do that before bedtime. But yeah, that's kind of like how the whole conspiracy came to be.
Love it. Love a little conspiracy.
And I didn't know that before the stream. I didn't realize that. So now I'm here because Ned was a throwaway character in the previous scene, and now I'm like, wait, it's actually a conspiracy.
So much more useful than to just be a throwaway character. Upgraded immediately.
Yeah. So anyway, I think that for sure is it for today. Sorry, Marta.
Yes, sorry. I need to go on the couch now because I've just been in the same chair the whole entire day now at this point. So
this whole time. Well, thank you so much for being here, Malin.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for running an extra sprint, even though you really didn't want to. I appreciate it.
I mean, I just had my dinner, so it's all good. I just wanted to eat. I was like, I'll be fine as long as I can use it to do that. So
yeah. Tomorrow is a Trouble Friday. I believe it's accountability.
And I'm pretty sure we're going to get a cover reveal. Maybe not. Maybe not that much.
I'm pretty sure you are going to get a cover reveal. And I'm pretty sure you're going to get a title reveal.
Oh, both.
It's going to be a big day. Well, how can you show the cover without showing? Well, I guess you could show the art. But
I just hope she doesn't do it too late in the stream because I have to leave pretty like bang on the dot for I'm going out after to an ex-colleague does a show that's called the Chorus Groove, and it's like people singing, but like, you know, like a chorus, like an actual chorus, but it's modern songs, and it's introduced by it's introduced by a drag queen. So you've got like a drag queen show at the same time. So it's a whole thing. And I have that as a plan. So. Sorry?
When is this o'clock?
I need to leave my house at 5 or like
I think that's just when the reveal is.
Which is your 6 o'clock, I guess. That's when work finishes for me on Fridays.
6 o'clock was when she's allowed to reveal.
Then I won't see it live. Too bad.
And I think she's like, maybe I'll tease it just a little bit, you know, just for friends and family.
Love that.
Yeah, but to be fair, drag show introduction and chorus pitch perfect sounds delightful too. So
yeah, it's pretty much that. So, and it's just that we're meeting up to try and get some food before it starts, and there's no time. There's no time in the day to do anything. Yeah. And I'm too old to do a quick McDonald's before, you know. I want healthier shit.
Yeah, a quick McDonald's doesn't bring me any joy.
No, not in my 30s.
Let's see what people did, and then we'll wrap it up for the day. Let's see. One more sprint. You got as you wanted to. Gotta love a slow burn. Oh shit, that made me jump. I was fully locked in there. Very unusual for a weeknight. Yeah, I'm also feeling the vibes today. There really aren't enough hours in the day. It's very sad. Can we just make the day 2-3 hours longer, please? But what grinds me even more is that I have hours of the day that I don't use for things that I want to use it for, but I'll just veg out. And, you know, I wish I didn't do that. I wish I could find some healthy way to decompress and not just, you know, scroll on my phone for 3 hours.
Sometimes it's needed, though.
But is it? No. That's okay. I can do another 20-30 minutes after the stream, maybe. Yeah. Ooh, a cover reel. Damn. Yeah. Ooh, nice. Sounds like a fun time, Malin.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Ooh, I might just be home by 5 p.m. if I'm lucky. Then again, I said that same thing today, so God knows. God knows. I hope she does. Well, thank you so much for being here, and I will see you next Thursday, I guess. Now it's going to take 5 minutes to get to the outro, but I'll see you on the other side.